Hi, Mr. Brown. So it's been a really awesome 4 years, and we seniors would like to say a few things to you. So here we go.
Hi, Mr. Brown. I remember day one of band. You terrified me, and it's day 1,660, and I'm still terrified of you.
I just wanted to say that I hear your corny jokes every day, and I very much appreciate them, even if no one else does.
Thank you so much for teaching us the difference between our left foot and our right foot.
All jokes aside,
Thank you for demonstrating perseverance, dedication, and passion in music, marching, and madness.
thank you, Mr. Renner.
Thank you. Peace. Bye.
Hey, Mr. Brown. Thank you for being our music teacher for the past few years. You have been a really big help for us in the music department. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was marching band, and I'm sure Finn enjoyed it too. Just thank you for helping us with all the show tunes and the marching band music, and for being out there during the parades and the games. It was a fantastic 4 years for me and a fantastic 2 years for Finn. And also, thank you for allowing us to switch to the French horn. It was a really big change for me personally, but it allowed us to look at different kinds of music, specifically in like the classical and romantic fields. And that was just a really cool thing that you allowed us to do, so thank you.
Yeah, allowing us to switch, it really made a huge impact on us, and it's something that we're going to be able to enjoy doing for the rest of our lives. Also just wanted to thank you for letting us participate in, wind ensemble, symphony, and getting the chance to see like repertoire from there, and working with Mr. Cole. He's such a great guy, and we're so glad we got to meet him, and we got to work with him, and really grow as not only horn players, but as individuals in general. We really wanted to thank you for giving us that trust to do that.
A memory I had in wind ensemble was the song Lads of Montferrat. That, and specifically the 3-measure horn solo, because that was the one part in wind ensemble, the song that I really remembered the most, because it was a hard solo at first, but you helped us with each measure and during practice. So thank you for that.
I think like the personal memory that sticks out the most for me is when we played Emperata Overture and Hugo got sick. Allowing me to play the solo part in that, it really, really meant a lot. There was a lot of trust involved in that, and I was really happy I got the chance to do that. And having your support, without it, I don't think I could have actually completed that part of the song. And doing all that, I just really appreciate it.
And a good memory of marching band for me was the first day of high school when you taught the entire concert band the fight song, which was the very first piece that we learned in high school, which is probably the coolest thing I have for marching band and this whole experience. So thank you. And just, again, thanks for everything that you've done for us as a music teacher. We both really appreciate it, and hopefully in the future, things go well.
Yeah, it's that like you've taught us really well. It's really crazy to think that we went from playing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to Lads to everything we were doing now, and even complaining that Old MacDonald was a little too like high on the register was one thing we did at one point. So like it was just really awesome, and just the amount of trust you had in letting us switch to horn and everything. Just thank you so much. So yeah, we just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Hey, Brown. Just wanted to say thank you for being our director all these years, dealing with all of our shenanigans.
And really like coaching us through to become the best musicians that we can, the best way we can.
I'm thankful, especially going into a music major, to have had you as a teacher. It's just, I don't think I could have had a better high school experience.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I didn't know freshman year if I was going to continue playing trombone throughout the last 4 years, or last 3 years. But like through marching band, I just really found like a community and a place where I felt like I belonged, and I really enjoyed it, and so that's why I've stuck with it all this time.
So we just wanted to say thanks, and
We'll visit maybe.
Hi, Brown. This is just a little thank you, and sorry, I have a cold right now, as you know. I have a joke for you. It's pretty great. Okay. Did you hear about the band director who got zapped by electricity? Yeah, he must have been a good conductor. That's a good one for you. Remember that in the years to come. I just wanted to say thank you, because, well, one, band has been a really stable, steady, source of my life, and it's helped ground me when I've had a really tough time. And I've always felt, especially when I was going to school consistently, I would just go into band, and it would just be a break from all the academic stuff, but I still would be, tuned in, get it, tuned, and just, it would just be fun, which sometimes classes, really weren't fun, because they were a lot of busy work and stuff. Anyway, I felt like you always kept it real, and I'm definitely gonna miss you, especially your really, really great jokes. By great, I mean terrible, but that's my humor, so it's good. The one that was you drew the buttress and the castle and the river and the bridge, and then you're this guy jumps off, guess what he was? Insane! And it was the insane river in France. I don't know. Lots of fun memories in band. You really inspired me. You made me realize that you don't have to be the tallest person in the room to be the leader, and you don't have to always be harsh. You definitely kept it fun. And I think one of the best memories I have is when, I think it was, was it last year or sophomore year? I don't remember. But we'd had 2 suicides in a row, and it was when Edie Hayes' brother committed suicide, and we came into band that day, and that day was a dark day for a lot of us. And I remember you just trying your best to make sure everyone was gonna be okay. Maybe not in that moment, but you were saying how you were always there to talk. You really kept it light in a way that you let us kind of get some release with that music and stuff like that. And I'm not describing this as adequately as I wish I was, but I don't know, that just really made me admire you and respect you for the way that you talked about a student who wasn't your own student, but you talked about how devastated you would be if that happened to a student of yours. And those words really stuck with me, and especially I've gone through some pretty dark times, as you know, and I'm saying and anyway, as someone who has thought about suicide and has attempted now twice, one of the things that keeps me from doing that again is thinking about how much that would devastate the band and you. And so I just wanted to say thank you for always being there for me, always being there for anyone pretty much, and really teaching me a lot of amazing things and showing me what a true leader is. Bye.
I think what I'd like to thank you for most, Mr. Brown, is pushing me and other players to be the best musicians that we can be. When I came into this school, I was much less confident with my playing, and definitely with my marching, and you've really helped me grow over these past 4 years, and I really, really appreciate that. It's a very wonderful program that we have, and it really gives students space to build their own skills, but also fosters that growth. which I think is really cool. And I also really want to thank you for the community that you've built in this program. There's nothing really quite like it in this school. Of course, each group is different, but our community is very family-like, and I think that says a lot about how you teach and how you relate each band to each other, and it's very unique, I think, and I really like it. I really like being able to know people from every grade and know how music has a way of bringing people together, and I think you really use that to your advantage in this school, and I really, really like that. The band room, you've always made the band room a kind of safe haven, like a retreat from the rest of my day, and I really, really, really like that. So thank you very much.
Okay, not gonna lie, this is take 2 of this video because my first one was way too long due to all the awkward pauses and whatnot, but whatever. Anyway, this video is supposed to be about you and me thanking you for all you've done, and there's a lot of things to thank for. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna be able to say all of them in this video because there's a time limit and everything. But yeah, I guess the first thing I want to thank you for is your amazing direction, because you always say in band, like, oh, yeah, I'm just the director and I just move my hands and stuff, and all you guys do the playing. You guys are the ones that are actually making the sound. But, you know, it's not just that. It's not just you waving your hands with the little stick in your hand, blah, 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 you know? It's not just that. It's, you know, you give us direction. That's what it is to be a director. That's what it is to be a conductor. You give us a place, like a goal. You give us a bar that we want to meet, right? Because if someone plays a certain way the first time and you're like, all right, that's pretty good, but it's not exactly what I want, then they'll try harder and harder to get to that bar, right? Because, you know, we naturally want to meet expectations, and that's just what we've been taught in our entire life. So you do that, and that's really helpful. You give us positive feedback, you give us constructive criticism, you know, and you're not afraid to tell us, like, hey, you need to practice, you don't sound good, right? And that's just part of becoming a better musician, right? It's not just teaching yourself all this stuff, but having other people help you. And I just want to thank you for all the direction, I guess, for lack of better words, that you've been giving me as a player and to us as a band. The second thing that I want to thank you for is the pressure that you put on me to join marching band. Freshman year, I told you, I was like, yo, those bucket hats look really, really nerdy. I'm not about to wear one of those. Sorry. And then when the first parade came around, it was Macy's, you were like, you know, the bucket hats are kind of nerdy, yeah, but it's really fun. And you're like, why don't you try out this parade? And if you don't like it, I mean, you don't really have to go to the other ones, but I'd like you to. And I was like, fine. And I talked to my section leader. I don't know if you remember, Madeline Clark. She avid marcher. She loves it. Just absolutely in love with marching band. She's at UW doing Husky marching band right now. But she taught me everything within the first, 10 minutes of us being downtown Seattle. She was just, taught me everything that I needed to know in 10 minutes. And I was like, wow, okay, this is everything I need to know, 10 minutes. Did not have the music memorized because thought marching band was nerdy. But after I marched that parade, I had a lot of fun, you know? It was great. So I practiced my music. I became more involved in marching band, and I really do miss the fact that I missed field show my freshman year, and I wish I could have done that. But I'm really glad I got into marching band, so thank you for that. And finally, I guess, thank you for teaching me just basic life lessons. You know, it's not just band stuff. You know, it's lessons that I've learned for the rest of my life. you gotta work hard to get what you want. It's not just you show up to class and bam, you know the stuff. It doesn't work like that. You gotta practice to get where you need to be. You gotta practice to get better. And that goes with everything, right? So, like classes, gotta do your homework to be able to understand the material or be able to apply what you learned. So, I want to thank you for that too, because, you know, your class really made me understand that it's not just about getting that grade. You know, it's about actually retaining the information that you're given and applying it in not only class, but in, you know, daily life. So, yeah, thanks for all that. I'm really going to miss you. I won't be doing marching band my freshman year in college, but I'm trying to shoot for sophomore year because freshman year is going to be really busy with engineering stuff and everything. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully you'll hear from me, and I'll definitely visit, so stay tight.
Hi, Brown. So I just thought I'd start by saying thank you for everything, pretty much. But one of the biggest things is that you've given so much to our program, to all the music programs at Roosevelt. Like, you've given your 100%, 110%, like, especially this year. You've been so busy, and that's so amazing that you've done that for us. And you just keep pushing us to be better, and you expect us to have this really high level of musicianship, and you don't give up on us, which I find really, really inspiring. You have such a big dedication to your students, which is just awesome. When I first came to Roosevelt, I was really quiet. I'm still a quiet player, but anyway, I was just really quiet. I was really shy, and I didn't really want to assert myself in my section, and you sort of helped me come into that and grow as a player and grow as a person too, and really step into a leadership role, especially with my trumpets, and that's helped translate into other aspects of my life, like with dance team. It's really helped me be a leader among my peers there too. And it's just been such an amazing opportunity that you've given me to grow like that, to grow in such a supportive community, such a loving family, really. The band is a family, and I couldn't have done it without everyone's support, especially yours. I remember fall band camp, spring band camp, my sophomore year. Michael had just told me that I was going to be section leader, and I had been crying because of all the seniors leaving, and I was walking out, and you stopped me, and you said, you deserve that, you are going to be a great leader, and that just meant so much to me, and it helped really bolster me through these past 2 years, and like improve my confidence and help me really assert myself, because I was scared that I wouldn't be able to do it. But it's just really helped me grow, and having your support behind me has just been such an amazing thing. And it's just so great. You sorry. Thank you so much just for everything. I'll definitely come back and visit, but I'll miss you a lot. I'll miss the band a lot. I'll come back whenever I can, and I'll help out. Bye.
Hey Brown, it's Caleb. I kept thinking about what I was going to say in the video, and what I finally settled on is I kept thinking about if I was going to describe it in one word, my idea, my experience here, what would it be? And I went back and forth on a few, and I finally settled on the word good. And don't take that as a diss or a insult. Good is way better than great. You have a great program, but it's better than that. I thought about amazing for a while, and truly, there are some amazing aspects you have. Playing at basketball games, football games, watching your sound resonate with the crowd, with the team, just watching everyone be so excited and so supportive. This amount of spirit being screamed is fantastic. You have parades, you have band camp, you have all these band trips where you get to go with your section, with your friends, and you get to go watch these bands play. You get to learn about music, you just get to hear music played. I don't think you learn an appreciation for concert music, and I don't think a lot of kids have that. It makes me so happy to know that I've had an experience and that I've been exposed to this kind of music, and I just love it. It's amazing, but it's more than that. It's because it's not just the trip, for me at least, it's not just the trips. It's not just the playing. It's being able to come in when you've had a bad day and have a period, whether it's second, third, fourth, you have a pick-me-up. Never have I walked in to band class and felt worse than I did that day. It's a place where you just feel good. Sometimes, rehearsal doesn't go very well. You're not playing very well, the band's not doing very well, and you come out kind of sad, and you're like, alright, we need to play better. But you always go in. You always go in happy. It's never had a time where I came in and I felt worse. A large part of that's the Brown, but a large part of that's also you. Because you put so much passion and effort into the program. Not just marching band, but just teaching you. You teach us the same things. I can't tell you how many times I've heard you talk about the Picardy Third, and I still don't know what it is, but I think it's inspiring to see how passionate you are about these musical concepts, and I do, even though I don't know what a Picardy Third is, I feel like I have a much greater idea of music coming out of here. My sister's coming here next year, and when I asked her what she was most excited for, she said band, straight up, and that made me so happy, because I would tell her stories of, things that just happened goofing around in the band room, of concerts we played really well. She's come to all my concerts and just heard the music playing. All in all, I just want to tell you you're doing a good job. That we all really appreciate what you do for this program, because it's just an amazing experience. More than that, it's a place for us, kids that don't always feel like they always belong in every group, to have a place to come in and feel like they belong. It's good. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.